This is Melissa.
And this is Kat.
And this is not our 100th episode.
No.
We're gonna
well, it is, but it isn't.
No, it's not. It's not at all. Kat and I have the bubonic plague.
Yeah, we've both been sick for what? Going on 3 weeks now?
I have had a sore throat for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have an ear infection. So that's a new symptom that I'm really enjoying. Oh, and vertigo. Which I get all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty used to that one.
Yeah. I've been very sniffly, coughy, sneezy. My throat was hurting. I think I'm finally getting better, but it's not great. Like I still can't breathe through my nose.
Yeah, we were sick for Christmas.
Great. Yeah, it was really fun.
Our family tradition, we always go to Disney Springs and we all pick out an ornament to hang on our tree, a 2023 ornament. Mm-hmm. And then we usually all get an ornament. That did not happen this year. Mm-mm. Like literally the thought of leaving the house, I was like, there's no way. So anyway, we've been both dying. We're really excited for our 100th episode, but we want it to not be
bad
ass.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna post one of our Patreon episodes here on the regular feed.
Lucky you get that shit for free.
And we are both in agreement that last year our favorite episode from the Patreon was B Movie.
Yeah, it was pretty. We quote it all the time on the regular feed, and our listeners don't know what we're
I feel like
talking
we're
about.
always referencing the B Movie episode.
Yeah.
So we're gonna post it on here. Just because, we haven't posted since the beginning of December.
Oops.
Because we were like, we'll take the end of the year off and then we'll be like super fresh and ready for our 100th episode in the beginning of the year. And then we both passed away.
Yeah, we're both actually dead. These
like
are our
actually,
ghosts.
Yeah, I feel like a dead body. Like legitimately, I have bed sores. Like,
oh my God.
I've been in bed for fucking days. Yeah, for weeks.
It's pretty bad. It's actually really bad.
But anyway, our 100th episode is going to be awesome.
It is.
It'll be our next episode because I simply could not imagine sitting for an hour and recording.
No.
And I want to be happy, joy, joy. Here's B Movie. Enjoy.
It's really funny.
See you at the end.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Hello, patrons.
Hi.
I just ate so much nachos. I'm so full.
They smell really good.
They were so yummy.
I made them spicy though.
There's a sriracha shortage, I think. So I put like half a gallon of hot sauce in there. It wasn't spicy enough, but
I probably would have died.
I tried to make it spicy. They were good. They just weren't. I could like breathe when I was done. That's stupid.
That's not spicy
I want to
enough.
like not be able to feel my face when I'm done eating.
Yeah.
My nachos.
I'm the complete opposite.
I want to be like while I'm eating. I want my nose to be running. Mm-hmm. And like my forehead, like I have like a mist on my forehead
Not a mist.
that I have to like wipe with my forearm because my fingers are covered in hot sauce.
And nachos.
That is not what happened, but they were still good. We actually accidentally bought, instead of the plant-based meatballs at IKEA, we bought like plant-based ground beef, essentially.
Yeah.
It fucking goes dummy stupid good. And can IKEA do anything wrong?
No, the Swedish are just on one.
And it's like a giant ass bag.
Yeah, it is a lot.
There's like a lot in there.
I want to make some chili with it, I think.
Oh yeah, some summer chili.
Listen, it's freezing in this house always. So.
That's true.
And I also don't leave the house to go outside. So
right. It's whatever season I want it to be.
It can be as hot as fuck outside. I'm inside.
She's an inside girly.
I sure am.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Do up. Let's do up.
Tragical.
So this time
we're here to tell you why
B Movie
is tragical.
It is superior to all other films. It's just so good.
This was Derek's pick.
Thank you, Derek.
Yeah, thanks, Derek. We actually brainstormed adding this to the list in the back office at work when we worked together.
Really?
He was like, "What movie should I request?" And I was like, "I don't know. What do you want to see?" And he was like, "B movie." And I said, "Okay, so add that."
First of all, Jerry Seinfeld, period.
There's so many people in this movie.
Oh my God, the cast is insane.
It's actually stupid.
Jerry was like, hey, I'm going to make a movie about a bee that is trying to save all the bees and can talk and falls in love with a human. And then he called all his best friends and they all did the voices.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
It's actually so insane. Well, I have some fun facts for you. Yay! So I actually really love this one, and I have in fact seen this. In November of 2016, this movie saw a surge in attention due to the rise in popularity of videos on YouTube that consisted of random edits to this movie. The most popular of these videos is one where the movie increases in speed every time the word bee is said.
Oh my God. That is so funny. It's probably a lot. They say bee a lot.
Yeah, so it just like starts off normal, and it's the whole movie. And then it just speeds up every time the word bee is said until the very end when it's like that really
is
fast.
So funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen that video.
I fucking love bees. My name means honeybee. That's why I love bees.
It sure does. According to Jerry Seinfeld, while having lunch at Steven Spielberg's house, he mentioned the idea for this movie as a joke, and Spielberg loved it. So they made it. Also, it was going to be live action, and then it just like wasn't working. And then Spielberg was like, why don't you just do it as a cartoon? And then they were like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it would have been weird as live action.
Jerry Seinfeld did, in fact, dress up as a bee on a zip line. Have you never seen those photos?
No.
I have them on my phone.
I thought the bee would be like CGI. I didn't realize he was going to be like a little bee.
So like there was promotion for this movie and Jerry Seinfeld literally dressed up as in a giant bee suit on a zip line.
Oh, so it wasn't like part of the movie.
No, but they did initially really try to make it live action. But the bee was probably
like CGI.
I don't know if it was like.
Well, seeing as they couldn't get a bee to actually do that, I'm gonna imagine.
I think they tried. Knowing Jerry Seinfeld, I think that was the effort.
Try to train a bee.
Yeah. But yeah, those photos of Jerry Seinfeld are some of my favorite photos I've ever seen in my life.
I love him. I remember when Kesha tried to hug him.
And he was like,
no. Like, honestly, like, boundaries, queen. You can't just ask people for a hug you don't know just because you're a celebrity and they're a celebrity.
Yeah, that's valid.
Like, I love Kesha and all, but like, you can't just hug Jerry Seinfeld. He doesn't fucking know who you are.
The character of Martin Benson, who is the, spoiler alert, bee who they talk about dying because he stung a squirrel, is a reference to an unseen character in an episode of Seinfeld in season 3, episode 14, The Pez Dispenser. Marty Benson allegedly died after Kramer poured ice cold Gatorade on his head after a baseball game.
Kramer is a murderer.
There's apparently like a bunch of like random references to the show.
Mm-hmm.
All the bees in this movie either have buzz cuts or beehive hairdos.
I did notice that. I did notice that.
I hate it here. I found this one so interesting. I learned a lot about Jerry Seinfeld today. In the first scene, they show a collection of sneakers that Barry B. Benson owns. In real life, Jerry Seinfeld is said to have a collection of over 500 sneakers. He's a sneakerhead, apparently.
I don't get stuff. I guess I'm just such a minimalist. Like, I will never understand that. I could have millions of dollars. I'd still probably wear the same pair of shoes every day. I can't imagine owning 500 of anything. It's so crazy.
Yeah, he's a sneakerhead, apparently. I didn't know that. It's a very New York thing, though, so that kind of checks out. I feel like
that's true.
Like sneakers are like a big New York, New Jersey thing.
You can't even enjoy that many pairs of shoes. It's so stupid. I hate stuff like that. Fuck.
Well, Jerry Seinfeld does.
Like, you can't even wear all of those shoes. You probably forget that you own some of them.
I'm sure some of them are like collectibles. They're not like to be worn.
So they're just sitting in a box, like in a room somewhere, and you just know you have them, and that makes you feel good.
For some people.
It's so dumb.
There was also, I didn't put this in my fun facts, but there's a lot of references to bee-ism, which is a euphemism for being Jewish.
Yeah, Judaism.
Yeah. So they call it bee-ish throughout the whole movie. Mm-hmm. And at one point, the mom says something about, oh, I hope you're dating someone bee-ish and not a wasp, which is a reference to white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, which I thought was pretty funny. Because, I mean, if anyone has ever seen anything from Jerry Seinfeld, whether it's his stand-up or the show Seinfeld, they make a lot of references to the fact that he's Jewish and just
his
Judaism
name is Jerry Seinfeld.
yeah, just Judaism in general.
Yeah.
So they threw a lot of it in this movie, actually.
I love it.
But so we get all of our fun facts from the Internet Movie Database.
Or Batadace if you're nasty.
Also, I would like to say every time we try to go on there, they ask us to download the app. So I did, and the app sucked. So I deleted it immediately. I'm so sorry.
About IMDb.
I'm going to stick with your website. Thank you.
Send them a nicely worded letter. And
the problem is
some suggestions.
We copy and paste the trivia/fun facts for the pod, and you can't copy what's on the app. So
that's weird.
It's kind of useless to me. So I immediately deleted it.
Okay, so this movie, it came out in 2007. I think it was ahead of its time. It's like the Lorax all over again.
No, truly.
This one is DreamWorks. That's why it's so good.
Yeah.
They just come out with bangers.
Jerry said, who can I go to that's going to understand my vision for how fucking weird and chaotic this movie is going to be? Oh, the people that made Shrek? Perfect. They understand.
So it opens up with a quote about how bees shouldn't be able to fly. Like their bodies are too big. Like they're like ergonomically, they should not be able to function.
Scientifically and statistically, they should not be able to fly based on their like body and wings.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I love little bees. So cute.
They're pretty cute.
We meet Barry B. Benson. Also, I feel like Barry, they could have come up with a better name than that, but you know.
Like a bee reference of some kind.
I don't know. Yeah, Barry feels a little lazy to me. I don't know. It just starts with a B. It could have been, I don't know.
All of their names are just like normal.
I feel like his name doesn't fit him.
Yeah.
I wish it was better.
But Barry is voiced by the one and only Jerry Seinfeld.
Their little apartment is so fucking cute.
It literally is so cute. Everything is like hexagonal.
I want to live in this beehive. They have like a little corner apartment. They have a pool. They have like a honey pool. Their living room is like open so they can see like outside into the hive. They're like this giant, beautiful window.
It is pretty cute.
I want to live in the fucking hive. I want to be a bee. But anyway, Barry's getting ready for graduation. He puts like honey in his hair and brushes his teeth with honey and puts honey face wash and everything is honey.
Yeah.
He uses honey for everything.
He's graduating college and we find out obviously bees don't live that long. So they have like 3 days of kindergarten, 3 days of middle school, 3 days of high school. And then they had college. And then he also took a sabbatical, which was a literal 24 hours.
Yeah. He took a day off and flew around the hive.
Yeah, and he picks up his friend Adam, who's voiced by Matthew Broderick.
Ugh,
they're going to their graduation together. Adam is a fucking nerd.
Yeah, Adam
that
sucks.
dude's a nerd. Yeah, so they are going to their college graduation. They've been in college for a whopping 3 days.
Yeah, I wonder how bees actually, like how long they actually live.
It's really not long.
That makes me really sad. They say that what's his face Martin stung that squirrel.
Yeah.
And Adam's like, are you going to his funeral? And Barry is like, no, everybody knows if you use your stinger you die, so like
why would you waste it on a squirrel?
I'm not going to his funeral. Also, yeah, like you gotta use your time wisely out here if you're a bee, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm not going to nobody's funeral. I got shit to do.
I'm only gonna be alive for 4 more days. I'm not going to someone's funeral.
I'm not going to some motherfucker's funeral. Instead of amen, they say beeman, which made me laugh really hard.
Yeah, we were cackling at that.
Beeman.
They said it so aggressively.
I'm gonna start saying that.
Also, obviously, this is Jerry Seinfeld, so it's just joke after joke after joke after joke. It's endless. Yeah, at one point, when they're on their way to the graduation, obviously they're playing Pomp and Circumstance as they do at graduation. He's like, wow, this is a good song. It's a lot of pomp for the circumstances. And I laughed too hard at that. It was so stupid.
So their graduation, they're sitting in like vehicles, like ride vehicles.
Yeah.
It was giving like Ellen's Energy
Literally Ellen's Energy Adventure. That's what I was thinking too. Dead ass what I was thinking.
Or Great Movie Ride.
Yes.
If you've been on those. I hope you've been on one of those. But they're like the big cars in a row.
Vehicles.
And then like one of them goes and then one goes behind it. And one goes behind it. Because they're going to orientation right after college. No time.
They immediately join the workforce.
They're just getting their orientation for the company that is the Hive. It's called Hunex.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going over all the jobs that you can do at Hunex so that they can pick a job for tomorrow. And it's just basically where they make the honey. They turn the nectar into honey.
Yeah, and whatever job they pick, they're stuck with it for the rest of their lives. Like, you can't switch jobs at all. That's literally your job for the rest of your little bee life.
Yeah, and they have no days off.
Because they die in like 4 days.
I think they've got more than that. They've probably got like a good, I don't know, month and a half.
It's not long.
Barry is like, I don't want to work every day.
And also the same job for the rest of my life sounds horrible.
Also, can I switch it up? Like, can I like be a stir one day and then be like a whatever the next day? And the lady's like, no, same job every day, never change. And Barry's like, what if I become like a pollen jock? And she's like, no, those people are bred for that. So the pollen jocks are the people who go out and get the nectar.
And pollinate the flowers.
And they're like bigger.
They look like fucking military dudes.
Yeah, they're like jacked up bees with like leather jackets on. So they go out on this like bridge, Adam and Barry do, and they're watching the pollen jocks come in. And the pollen kind of like floats towards them because they're like covered in the pollen. So the pollen like floats over towards them. They get like covered in the pollen and they're like, ooh, is this what it's like to feel the pollen?
Adam doesn't give a fuck. Barry is like all about it. He's like, they get to go outside the hive and they probably look so hot to the ladies. Like, now we're covered in this pollen and there's 2 bees standing next to them, which I don't know how much you know about bees, but they're all related technically because the queen is their mother.
They all have the same mom.
So Adam's like, isn't that our cousins? And he's like, distantly related.
But also, like, that's not their fault. Like, I'm on their side. Like, what?
You're not allowed to fuck because you're all related? That sucks.
What else are you get? There's no other option.
I mean, you're going to die in a month anyway, so who cares?
Fuck your cousin.
Fuck your cousin. Anyway, so Barry is pretending that he is a pollen jock to these 2 girl bees to like
the girly bees.
The girly bees to like hit on them. And he's like, yeah, we were, it was gusty out there today. There was a lot of wind. There was a lot of pollinating going on.
A bear attacked me.
So some of the real pollen jocks see Barry and Adam and walk over to them and they're like, hey, remember how cool that was outside today? Yeah, see you tomorrow at 0900 for when we fly out tomorrow. And Barry's like, I don't know what 0900 means.
What? I'm 4 days old.
Yeah, I don't know what time is. Time isn't real.
Yeah, so the pollen jocks are like, I mean, if you want to be a pollen jock, meet us back here tomorrow, bitch. And Barry's like, maybe I will. So when Barry's at home, he's trying to talk to his parents. And he's like, I don't want to do the same job every day for the rest of my life. And his dad is like, well, that's the bee way. That's what bees do.
It's the bee life.
And Barry is like, I just realized.
What?
Barry is just Jerry with a bee.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I have to go. Holy shit, it is. It literally is just Jerry with a bee. He really did that. We've lost her, folks.
I've never felt stupid.
She's literally sobbing laughing. I didn't realize it either, though, to be honest. We were both like roasting his name.
Movie, I was like, why Barry? That's such it just starts with a B. That's so stupid. But it's literally
Jerry with a B.
It's literally Jerry with a B. Oh my God.
How did that just hit you?
Did you know? Did you know?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm asking what made you think about it just now? Like what cadence do we say the name that you were like, oh my God, that's Jerry with a B.
That's the name of this episode.
Jerry with a B. We're literally out here roasting the fact that his name was Barry.
That's really all they could come up with. Okay, anyway. Facts are facts. Barry doesn't want to do the same job every day for the rest of his life. And his parents are like, that's what we do, blah, blah, blah.
Which is so fair and valid.
Yeah, I mean, very true. So it's time for Barry and Adam. It's the next day. They go to pick a job and there's a lot of jobs and they're constantly like going up and then people take them and then because the bees are just dropping dead.
Yeah, they're just dying.
So there's like a million jobs. But you have to like wait for a bee to die to get like the job you want. So if you want to be a stir, you have to wait for a stir to die. But it's probably going to happen in the next like
couple
60
seconds.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you just got to give it a second.
And Barry straight up is like, abso-fucking-lutely not. I'm not picking a job. So he goes and meets the pollen jocks. And he's like, I'm fine with you today, boys. They make him sign a bunch of waivers.
Which is valid.
And these 2 pollen jocks are like, we'll watch the little guy. It'll be fine. Like, they're actually pretty cool.
They're the ones that, like, fucked with him yesterday. So they're like, yeah, we remember him.
They're pretty chill. I mean, Barry could die, but okay. They're still nice enough to let him come with them.
He signed waivers.
Yeah. He's just a fucking another bee in the hive. Like,
he literally comes up to, like, their knees.
Yeah. And he doesn't get a little like jetpack and a little like jacket and like aviator glasses like the rest of them have.
And a giant gun.
He doesn't get any of that.
Nah, he's got a tiny ass little regular bee wings.
So there's a rain advisory. So they got to make it quick today because bees can't fly in the rain. So they got to get in, get out.
Also, the bees have a singular law, one law, and it's don't speak to the humans because apparently humans can understand bees. Bees just choose not to let them understand.
Thanks, bees, for not talking to us.
Have you ever seen that meme where it's like, do you ever wonder when like a bug flies by you and you hear them buzz? It's them saying, hey.
Oh, I hope it is. I think that's just their wings moving though. It's not, they're not like going bzzz. Like they're not doing that with their mouth.
I'm just saying it's a meme.
They fly out and guess what? They live in New York.
Yeah, they're like in a giant tree in the middle of Central Park.
Yeah. And they get some nectar from flowers. They're pollinating other flowers. And then the 2 pollen jocks that they're with, they're like, oh, I feel like a flower is moving really fast nearby. The fuck? So they go to investigate it and it's tennis balls.
Yeah, they said that they smell like flowers, so I don't know.
I think it's like color. Like
they said it smells like daisies.
I don't know. BC color though, so they confuse these tennis balls for flowers. The pollen jocks realize they are not flowers, but unfortunately Barry has already latched himself onto one of the tennis balls and is like huffing it. He's like sniffing it real hard.
Yeah, but they also get like stuck to it. Like the material that the tennis balls are made out of. Like I guess Barry gets literally like latched onto it like
fibers.
Yeah.
He's all entangled in the fibers.
So now he's stuck on this tennis ball. And you know what happens? The tennis ball gets picked up by some humans and gets obviously used for a game of tennis.
Ken and Vanessa, who are the humans we're going to follow throughout the story. We just happen to meet them here while they're playing tennis.
Yeah, of course.
Ken is Putty. What's his name? I always forget it.
Patrick Warburton. And
then Vanessa is
Renee
Zellweger. Guys, I don't know why, but Bridget Jones's Diary was like my favorite movie growing up.
It's so good.
I can't tell you why. It's such a weird movie for a child to really like.
We did watch it a lot.
One of my favorite fucking movies.
Also, I just realized, Jerry probably knows Patrick Warburton from Seinfeld. I like know he's in Seinfeld, but like throughout this movie, I actually forgot that.
Right. So Barry's on this tennis ball getting knocked around, and then Ken, his name's Ken. This is not the Barbie movie. He gets knocked. He hits the ball really hard, and Barry is still attached to the ball. He goes flying into the city. He gets dislodged from the tennis ball, but then he ends up inside of a car. And the scene was so cool. I was like, wow, that'd be fun to like be in a car.
Yeah, he got like sucked into the AC.
Yeah, he goes to the AC intake and then he gets blasted into the car. And then, of course, this family in the car is trying to fight him because he's a bee in the car. And they almost cause like 10 car accidents because there's a bee in the car. That is honestly the scariest thing when an insect is in your car. I don't kill bugs, but that is, I don't want them flying around in my fucking car. One time a spider came down while I was driving home from work one night and I almost drove my car into a fucking tree. It scared the shit out of me.
There was one time when a spider literally spit its web at my face while I was driving.
It said, get the fuck out of my car, bitch.
I was like, damn, you can't build a web on my face, bro. Well, dude, what are you doing? I remember feeling it and being like, what the actual hell?
That is crazy.
I felt it hit my face.
This spider literally came down like from my ceiling in front of my face, and it was a big ass spider, and I literally almost wrecked right then and there.
I'm not a big fan of the spiders.
I don't love bugs, but I don't like kill them either. Anyway, so he finally he's in this car with this family. They're trying to fight him. Grandma's spraying him with something.
It's like hairspray.
That's so cruel. You're just like spraying him with shit.
He's in their car.
He gets out of the car, flies out the window or whatever. I don't remember what happens.
Yeah, they open the window and he flies out.
And then he is flying through the buildings, and then it starts to rain, but he lands in a flower bed. What are those called? The windowsill flower bed thingies. I'm sure they have a name.
Flower bed, a windowsill flower bed. I think that's fine.
I don't know.
I think that's perfectly fine.
Okay, great. Do you know what I'm talking about? Awesome.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
those.
It's exactly what you just said.
Barry is at the windowsill and the humans come in. It's the same humans that were playing tennis.
Of course it is.
How'd that happen?
Such a weird coinky dink.
They close the window and Barry is inside. So Barry is inside this apartment now. He's very confused. His little bee mind is going up 1,000 miles a minute.
He's trying to fly out the window because it's obviously like glass so he can see out of it, but he can't fly out of it because the window is closed. And he just keeps going, maybe this time, maybe this time, maybe this. And he's like running into the glass over and over and over and over again. And it's so funny.
And then he sees the lamp in the living room and he's like, that must be the sun. And then he flies towards it and it's not the sun.
It burns him.
It burns him because it's a light bulb, and he falls into the guacamole that's on the table.
Delish.
And one of the friends of the tennis people who's there at the house, he almost eats Barry on a chip. But don't worry, Ken's going to kill the bee.
With his Timberlands.
With his big ass shoes. But Vanessa stops him and she puts him in a glass, and then she does the little scoop with a piece of paper.
Well, Ken's worried
puts him outside.
He's allergic. He's allergic.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If I was allergic, you're getting got. Like, I'm killing you.
Like, you can die from a bee
but
sting if you're allergic.
But do you think Ken's really allergic?
I don't know that Ken knows anything. So I'm going to be really honest.
Like, I think you're being dramatic. Like, you're not actually allergic to bees.
You might be, though.
I think Ken's a liar. I think
it's a
Ken
possibility.
just likes attention. Anyway, Vanessa scoops up Barry and puts him outside in the flower bed. And then they go about their guac party.
She also doesn't close the window all the way again.
Yeah.
She like leaves it cracked open.
Maybe they don't have AC.
No, and not just
Might
that.
Get stuffy in there.
The bee is going to fly back in.
He learned his lesson.
He doesn't though, because he does fly back in.
Barry is like, this human is the greatest human. I have to thank her. I can't just go back to the hive. I have to tell her thank you for saving my life.
But he's like a little panicked because it's literally the only law that bees have is that they're not allowed to talk to humans.
Yeah. So Barry is contemplating, like, what do I say to her? And this is when he's like,
do you like jazz?
Do you like jazz?
It's so funny. Why is that what he says?
I don't know. It's like my favorite line of any movie ever.
Do you like jazz?
Do you like jazz? I say it literally like all the fucking time.
And he literally says it just like that. Like, why is that like the inflection that he chose? Like, you like jazz?
Do you like jazz? It does. It makes you feel like it's giving like first date vibes. It's so awkward.
So funny.
Do you like jazz? I love it so much. So all of Vanessa's friends leave. So Vanessa's by herself now and she's in her kitchen, I don't know, putting the guac away.
And then Barry just starts talking to her. He's like, hey, I'm a bee. Thanks for saving my life.
He says hi, and then like immediately she's like, oh my God. And he's like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Hey, sorry to fuck up your whole life right now. I am in fact a talking bee. In fact, all of us can talk. I just wanted to thank you for saving my life. Imagine that.
Yeah. Vanessa thinks she's sleeping. She stabs herself in the hand with a fork.
Okay, actually stabs herself in the hand, not just like a little poke. Like she fully picks this fork up and full bodies it to her hand.
I feel like if you know you're not dreaming, you're not dreaming. Does that make sense? Because if you're in a dream, you're in a dream and you don't know. You're not conscious. So you're not like, oh, I could be in a dream.
No, so people have some fucked up dreams where they think they're awake.
Yeah, but in your dream, you're not like, oh, I think I'm in a dream. You think you're awake. Does that make sense? Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't remember my dreams like ever, so.
My dreams are so vivid and sometimes they're so goofy.
Yeah, you have some weird shit
that
going
like
on.
I'm like, but you in the dream you believe it though. Like it's happening.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You wouldn't if you think
you're dreaming.
Am I dreaming? You're probably not, because you wouldn't think that in a dream.
Well, she stabs herself really, really hard with a fork and is not dreaming.
So anyway, Vanessa offers some coffee and crumb cake up on the terrace.
It's
with her new bee friend.
the wildest conversation.
They're just chatting on the patio. Vanessa's still a little petrified, but it turns out she's a florist. So that's cute.
Yeah, her parents wanted her to be like a doctor or a lawyer. She's a florist.
And
She's an entrepreneur. Like, pop off, queen.
They're a perfect couple. A florist and a bee.
Yeah.
Aww, they wouldn't be anatomically
Anatomically
each other.
perfect.
So Barry's like, yeah, I live in the beehive by the turtle pond in Central Park. She's like, I know just the one.
So stupid.
There's a man that comes to change the light bulb up on it's like a roof or a terrace. I don't know. Probably the roof of
I
her
think it's
building.
like the roof, yeah.
And she seems like, it looks like she's talking to herself. So she looks crazy.
With 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah. He's just like changing the light bulb. Like, what a fucking psychopath.
What a weirdo.
Barry is like, okay, it was nice meeting you. Goodbye. And they shake hands, kind of. Like Barry
It's
like
her
holds
finger.
her finger and she like waves him up and down.
And meanwhile, the guy changing the light bulb was still watching her like shake her finger
Yeah.
at nothing. Like,
So yeah, Barry goes back to the hive. He's chatting with his best friend Adam. He's like, "Are you gonna pick a job?" And Barry is like, "No, I met somebody out in the real world, so I'm gonna do that for a while." I love that they don't like force him to get a job though. Like the hive isn't like, "Get a job, Barry."
I mean, kind of.
No, he's just fine. He just doesn't. He can just do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It eventually slips out that his person that he's seeing is in fact a human. And Adam's like, you can't do that. But Barry took some crumbs of the coffee cake that Vanessa fed him and he shoves one into Adam's mouth and he's like, "This is a crumb and it's amazing. Also, have you ever heard of Cinnabon?"
Yeah, bitch. Oh my God, I have.
Also, Cinnabon fucking slaps.
Cinnabon does. Oh my God, it's so good.
It's truly the best. So Barry is talking to his parents.
I think Barry's parents are talking at Barry.
Yeah. And Adam is there. So they're all just chatting. And Barry is like, I don't want a bee job. And they just keep telling him to think bee. Think bee. But Barry
Bee man.
Barry doesn't want to think bee. He wants to think about Vanessa the human and her Cinnabon.
Yeah, he has a daydream about Vanessa while he's swimming in his pool. I fucking love their house. I literally like, it's aesthetically everything to me. I want to live in their fucking house.
Yeah, on his imaginary day with Vanessa, she kills a mosquito. Like, mosquito lands on her leg and she slaps it. And they both stare at each other because she just killed a bug and then they just laugh.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's so stupid.
And then Vanessa gets in a plane and they're flying with each other, but then she crashes into a mountain and dies in Barry's daydream.
It's so dramatic.
This movie is so perfect. So Barry decides to go see his new best friend, Vanessa.
Yeah, they're playing like 20 questions.
Yeah, they're like on a date. They go to the grocery store together.
He's literally just sitting on her shoulder while she's grocery shopping.
Yeah, and a man swats him.
Yeah, like the stalker guy. He's like stalking the shelves. Not like a stalker, like he's following
Like
her.
a stock room. S-T-O-C-K.
Yeah, not S-T-A-L-K. My bad.
The stock room personnel.
Yeah, he's like stalking the shelves and he takes a freaking Penny Saver magazine and whacks at Barry, and Barry's like, "Was that the Penny Saver?" I could tell it was about 10 pages.
He said that beast can handle about, I think it was like
75?
75, yeah.
Yeah, Italian Vogue takes him out.
Italian Vogue, yeah, you're done.
It's a lot of
The
ads
yellow
going on
pages,
there.
good night.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Barry sees all the honey on the shelves and he's like, "Vanessa, what the fuck is this?"
Yeah, the humans have been stealing honey from bees.
And Vanessa's like, "Oh, I mean, they're just, yeah, like we like put honey in, our
Everything.
food and tea and whatnot."
A lot of people are putting it in like coffee. Like, I know
Yeah.
people put it in tea, but do people put honey in coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
I love honey.
I do love honey,
Bees,
but
listen.
I don't know that I like it in coffee.
Barry goes in the stock room and assaults the stock boy and is like, "Where the fuck did you get this honey, bitch?"
Okay.
Pulls a knife on him.
However, the stock boy like senses that Barry is there. It's like an old like
Karate movie.
Yeah, like a karate movie. He like pulls out a thumbtack to fight Barry
Yeah.
with. He threatens the stock boy into asking where the honey came from. And the stock boy is like, it came from honey farms. What are you talking about? And there's a honey truck right there leaving. Go follow it. And
Period.
So Barry does that.
So Barry follows this honey truck through traffic. He eventually ends up on the windshield of this honey truck with a bunch of other bugs.
Some dead.
Some are dead.
Yeah.
Some are
Alive.
faking dead.
Yeah.
There's a mosquito there.
His name is Moose Blood.
He wants to go to Alaska to get some moose blood. He's far from Alaska.
Yeah.
New York and Alaska, not close.
Also, the mosquito is voiced by Chris Rock.
Yes. So he's talking to the mosquito, and Barry's talking to this mosquito, and he's like, yeah, just don't move too much or they'll turn the windshield wipers on. But Barry is moving too much, so they turn the windshield wipers on.
Yeah, he was warned and he just didn't fucking listen.
But Moose Blood is like, just hold on to the top of the blade. So that's what they do. But they get flung off. They end up landing on like the horn. Is it like the horn of the truck?
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. It's like it looked like a horn or like a speaker. I don't know.
Yeah,
I would
I
have
don't
to
know.
ask a trucker.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Like
Maybe
it was
the
like
exhaust?
a cone shape. That's not the butt though, isn't it?
Don't trucks have him on the top though?
Yeah, but it was like facing forward.
Yeah. I don't know, whatever. So him and Moose Blood are in there fucking chatting away.
Moose Blood is like female mosquitoes is hoes, and they don't like male
They don't
mosquitoes.
like other.
They try to trade up. I was like, what the fuck?
What is this
Damn,
conversation
female
they're
mosquitoes
having?
are fucking not even interested in male mosquitoes. That's crazy.
They go to literally anything else according to Moose Blood.
Moose Blood is like we're the least liked insect of all insects, which respectfully, like,
I think
yeah,
wasps
fuck
are
you
worse.
guys. No, I'm just kidding. I think it was just like growing up, we had like whatchamacallit. West Nile was like such a big thing
Yeah.
that it was like I'm still traumatized from West Nile virus.
Yeah.
Like I literally remember like my parents being like, if a mosquito lands on you, fucking kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you'll get West Nile virus and die.
Yeah.
It was so real.
Yeah, I think mosquitoes, cockroaches, and wasps, they can all just
For me, it's just I'm so petrified of getting bit by a mosquito and getting like infected and dying.
disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like all other insects,
Nah, those
but like
three-
mosquitoes, I think those are the only like bugs I kill. But I think I'm traumatized. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember
It
that.
was such a big deal.
It was.
But I don't even think it was really a big deal.
We just thought it was a
It just
bigger
ma-
deal than it was.
Yeah, it was like swine flu also. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, swine flu.
So scary. Anyway, so Moose Blood sees a blood donation
A
truck.
blood mobile.
Yeah, and he's like, fuck Alaska. I'm going to that thing. And flies over and lands on the windshield with a bunch of other mosquitoes. And then Barry's on his way to the honey farm on the honey truck.
Straight vibing. They make it to the honey farm, and Barry starts to do his little investigation of the farm. He sees the farmers, or I guess beekeepers, whatever, in their bee suits, and they're like talking shit about the bees.
They're calling the bees stupid and like judging them.
Yeah, and they're like, we drug them with this smoker, and they have like one of those, like the bee smokers that like calms the bees down.
It's so dramatic.
And he's like, I just got a new giant smoker so we can smoke these
can fuck
fucking
'em up.
stupid bees and they can give us all their honey. And Barry sees them scraping honey off of like honeycombs, and there's like a bee box. I don't know what the fuck that's called. So he goes over to the bee box, and there's like a bunch of little apartments, and all the bees are like smoked out. Like,
yeah.
and then the one bee is like, it doesn't last long.
Yeah, and he's like, how did you guys get here? And one of the bees are like, our queen was dragged here, so we had to follow our queen. And there's like a photo of the queen on the wall, and it's a male bee dressed as a woman. And Barry goes, that's not your queen.
That's
a drag queen. And I was like, yes.
We love a drag queen. But yeah.
This movie is LGBTQIA plus positive. We'd love to see it.
So Barry's like, hey, I hate to tell you this, but you do in fact live in a honey farm, and you're not living the real bee experience. And then Barry flies up and sees like
There's like hundreds of bee boxes. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So it's really bad. Barry decides that he is going to sue all of humanity.
Yeah, he's going to sue the human race.
For the bees.
Yeah. So he goes home and he tells his parents and Adam about the bee farms and the honey and that he's going to sue the humans. And this is when Adam is a fucking narc and tells Barry's parents that he has a human girlfriend. Okay, first of all,
not true.
That's presumptuous because they are not dating yet. And why are you narking on him like that? I thought you were his best friend. And Adam's like, I'm looking out for the hive, not for you. So then Barry's in the news, like the human news and the bee news, talking about suing the humans for stealing their honey. Then Barry's on Bee Larry King talking about suing them. And he's like, did you know there's a human Larry King? And he's exactly the same as you. Like, he's hunched, he's pointy, he wears polka dots. The quotes are at the bottom. And the Bee Larry King is like, shut the fuck up.
He's literally like, it's a very common
That's a
name.
common name. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Barry and Vanessa are chatting at her florist shop. Ken is there and he's upset because it's yogurt night and Vanessa's hanging out with her bee friend.
He also can't get the frozen yogurt out because his spoon keeps bending. He's struggling really hard.
So Ken just gets really upset and leaves.
No, Vanessa tells him to leave.
Yeah, he's also just like super jealous of Barry.
Of Barry the motherfucking bee.
Yeah, Adam's there too, but he's taking a nap because he ate like a whole Cinnabon.
A whole box of Cinnabon.
I don't think a bee could eat a whole box of Cinnabon, but I'm here for it.
I sure could. I fucking love Cinnabon.
Oh, hell yeah.
That shit slaps.
Hell yeah. So Vanessa and Barry send their legal documents. They put them in the mail.
Yeah.
It's real now.
Yeah.
They're suing the human race.
So they do get to take their case to a grand jury. It is televised, mostly because humans are shocked that bees can talk.
Yeah, like this bee is in a little suit and he's talking and he's suing the human race. So basically it is the bees versus big honey.
Yeah, it's like 5 of the biggest food companies.
Right.
And their lawyer is Mr. Montgomery, who is voiced by John Goodman.
Yes, he does like a heavy Southern accent.
Yeah, and Barry is representing the bees. They don't have a lawyer. He is.
Barry is a fucking lawyer.
He is the lawyer.
He is the lawyer.
Honestly, he kind of slays. So the lawyer says that the bees talking is fake. He's like, how you can't prove this bee is actually talking. Like, maybe it's lasers or Hollywood trickery. And the jury's like, right. Okay, it's so fair and valid. And so when Barry first goes to talk, he literally goes, buzz, 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 buzz. And then he's just joking. I thought that was so stupid.
He's like, nah, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding.
I can talk.
We're real and we're sentient. Just an FYI.
Also, like 1,000 bees are like in the aisles.
They're all like on a
bee
table.
side of the courtroom.
It's so funny. It's like it's Barry's entire hive essentially is there. No one is working in their hive currently.
Barry is slaying.
He's slaying, Your Honor.
He is slaying, Your Honor. He is doing so good. He is winning this case for the bees for sure.
Yeah.
We cut to Barry and Vanessa who are having dinner and they're celebrating because they're doing so good in court. Vanessa wears like a yellow dress the entire court
Yellow
case.
and black,
with like black flowers on it. And I love her so much.
She's showing her support for the bees.
She said black and yellow, black and yellow. Ken comes to join them for dinner and he is in a jealous rage. It's truly horrifying. Barry goes to, I believe he called it empty his stinger. What was it? Drain his stinger.
I don't know. Do bees pee out of their stingers?
I don't think they pee.
Do they not?
No, I don't
Butterflies
think so.
pee. And they pee. Butterflies pee a lot.
I don't know. No, I don't. Do spiders pee?
Butterflies go piss, girl. I know ladybugs also go piss, girl.
Okay, well, Barry has to go piss, girl. And now I don't know anything about anything. And as he's washing his tiny bee hands, Ken comes in to the bathroom and tries to swat him with Italian Vogue,
Which will take him out.
which will definitely kill him. This is my favorite part of the movie because at one point, Ken goes to grab like the shower head or whatever. So he like pulls back the curtain and there's a water bug in like by the drain. And he's literally like,
I'm not taking sides.
hey man, I'm not taking sides.
He said, I'm just a water bug. I'm not taking sides.
I'm a water bug. I'm not taking sides.
So all bugs can talk?
Yeah.
I hate it here.
He didn't want to get swatted. He's
yeah,
definitely on Barry's fucking side.
I think so too. Yeah, Ken tries to get freaking Barry with room spray and lighter, tries to spray him with a shower head and get him wet.
Burn Vanessa's fucking apartment
He
down.
burns her toilet paper roll. It incinerates. So finally he gets Barry to fall into the toilet and he tries to flush Barry down the toilet, but then he surfs on the water and doesn't die.
Barry is that bee. Do not underestimate
Barry
him.
is that bitch. And so Barry gets out of the toilet and Ken is still trying to kill him. Vanessa runs into the bathroom because obviously there's a lot of fucking noise happening in there now and catches Ken almost killing Barry and she stops him and then she tells him to get the fuck out and she breaks up with him.
I honestly didn't realize they were a couple this whole time.
He calls her babe like so many times.
No, but like I call everybody babe and baby. I didn't realize they were
you
dating.
think Patrick Warburton
honest
calls
with you.
everyone babe?
Sure, yeah. I don't see why not.
Nah, they were dating.
They were not a good couple.
No, they were not good. She's way too smart for him.
Yeah. He put chopsticks on his resume as a skill.
As a skill, he made a brochure.
That's honestly
If
great.
listen, I used to read resumes at my job.
If somebody sent me a brochure, though, I would think that was cute and quirky.
Once that shit is more than a page, I'm not looking at it any longer.
Oh, yeah, no.
We had one girl that put like a selfie on there. Like it was like almost a full page. And we were like, it's a cute selfie, but we're not
Delete.
hiring you.
Delete it.
So sorry. Don't put a selfie on your resume, guys.
I used to have my Bitmoji on my resume.
See, but that like used to be like a cute thing.
Yeah. No, I don't care. I don't want to be a cog in the wheel. So.
Yeah, so true. So anyway, at the trial, the lawyer has a plan. His plan is that they need to remind the grand jury why they don't like bees. So he wants to get the bees riled up so one of them will sting him. So he just starts talking shit about the bees. And he does in fact get of all the bees to rile up, he gets Adam. Sweet, nerdy, narc little Adam gets pissed off and he stings the lawyer right in his buttocks. Lawyer Montgomery is really dramatic about it. Falls all over the place.
Rolling all over.
He's definitely not allergic, so he's just being dramatic. Also, Adam starts to die.
Yeah, if you sting, you die. Everybody knows that.
So Adam was gonna take one for the team and kill himself in order to
Yeah.
sting the fucking lawyer. Like, what did you think was gonna happen there, bestie?
So Adam is in the hospital. He doesn't die. They do have to replace his stinger with a sandwich sword, like one of those, like a cocktail,
Like a
plastic cocktail swords that you like, stick in a sandwich or like put olives on in a martini. Like it's one of those.
He also was hooked up to, instead of like a saline bag, he's hooked up to one of those like a honey container upside down, and it's got like the tiniest.
Yeah. There's like an IV, and then there's like a littler tube coming out of that tube, and then there's like a littler tube coming out of that tube.
It's so stupid. Like the humans would not. I'm sorry. No one's trying to save that bee.
No. I'm just happy he didn't die. I didn't know all
Yeah.
you had to do was like shove something else up in there to make you not die.
I don't think that's
I
correct.
don't think that's how
I'm
it
gonna be
works.
really honest.
So I used to wear that forever now. It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, so in the hospital room, there's a window, obviously, and there's like a couple smoking right outside the window. And Adam is like, Barry, can you please close that window? That smoke is like making me so nauseous. And Barry's like, oh my God.
The smoke.
I know how to win the case now. So he asks Adam to distract the court. Apparently Adam is just all of a sudden better. And so they go back to court and it's just Adam and he's distracting the court by making a paper boat and he's just trying to, tell stories. The lawyer is like wearing a neck brace and he's in one of those like baby seats when babies first start walking.
Like a baby walker, yeah.
Yeah, he's like bouncing around in it. And he's like, what are we doing here? We need to get this case going. So Barry and Vanessa finally show up and they have one of the bee smokers from the honey farm. And he's trying to prove that bees aren't choosing to make the honey. They're literally being forced into it. And the lawyer trying to make a point is like, this smoke doesn't do anything to bees. And he sets it off on the entire hive that is there for the court. And they all pass out. Literally proving Barry's point, though.
Yeah, so the bees win. Listen, I don't think the lawyer getting stung even swayed the jury.
No,
I don't know.
To be really honest, no.
I think they saw right through him. But you know, it is literally the smoking gun.
Yeah.
So
my favorite quote in this whole movie is when Barry says that the bees will no longer be slaves to the white man.
yeah, he really said that.
Literally said, we will no longer
But he
be
did it
slaves
like, you know, it's Jerry Seinfeld. So he's
to
like,
the white man.
we will no longer be slaves to the white man.
And one of the lawyers for the farmers is black, and he like rolls away from the white lawyers. It's so funny. He's like, not me. Nope. It was
we
pretty
will
good.
no longer be slaves to the white man. Okay, so this is what the bees want. They want all the honey from the shelves given back to the bees. So they do that. They also want all of the products with honey in it to go bye-bye, which is a big issue for me because literally everything I own, I feel like has honey in it.
They very specifically at one point mentioned chapstick with honey. And I looked at Melissa and I was like, Melissa has like a Burt's
I am
Bees.
keeping Burt's Bees in business.
She has a Burt's Bees chapstick. I can literally point out 4 right now.
I use
in
their
her
chapstick.
room.
I use their hand cream. I use their foot cream. I use they have like a queen jelly, like a queen bee honey jelly that I'm like obsessed with. I don't know what I would do without it.
You would die. They also want to free all the bees from the bee farms too, so everyone gets to be free.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what they do. They're putting the honey back into all the beehives, and now there's so.
Hold on, are we gonna skip the part where they're taking the honey from people and they quite literally dart Winnie the motherfucking Pooh?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Winnie the Pooh and Piglet are eating honey in fucking Central Park, and a freaking
I thought they were like in the
Army,
100-acre wood. They just like bust
I don't
into
know.
the 100-acre
Whatever. They dart Winnie the Pooh.
wood. The Navy, the Army.
Whoever it was. It was like they dart Winnie the Pooh and steal the honey from him. And then the guy is literally like, he'll wake up in a couple minutes, and Piglet's just standing there like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, and then they're like, he'll wake up in a little bit. Don't eat any more honey.
He'll be fine. And Piglet's like terrified.
But they're like dysmorphic because obviously like they couldn't use the actual Piglet and Pooh likeness.
But it's enough that you know who they are.
Like obviously it's, yeah, but they are like deformed. Like it is not good.
Yeah, their proportions are real strange.
Okay, so they're putting all the honey back into all the beehives, but now there's too much honey, so none of the bees have to work anymore.
They're all on vacation now.
Yeah, they're all on vacation.
Forever.
Because they have so much motherfucking honey that they don't know what to do with it. The pollen jockeys like don't have to go out to get nectar because they don't need to make any more honey. So they're not pollinating the plants anymore. So all the flowers everywhere die.
This movie is actually about the apocalypse.
Yeah. It becomes really apocalyptic really quick. Central Park is it looks like it's just gray. It's decimated.
Yeah, there's no trees, there's no flowers, there's no bushes, there's no plants. They all die.
Everything die. Barry goes to his pal Vanessa and she's like, hey Barry, what's up? I lost my entire business because all the flowers are dead. Also, Central Park is dead. Also, the world is ending because we can't make food because vegetables are plants.
Here's the thing. Vanessa's quite literally like screaming and yelling at Barry and blaming him for all of this. Like she didn't literally help him do all of this with their court case. Like she didn't think about this happening either.
I don't think so. But also I feel like the pollen jockeys could go out and pollinate without bringing back nectar. But that's just, that's just me.
Okay, but she's literally like, guess whose fault this is, Barry? It's fucking yours. And she's like yelling at him. Yeah. And then she's like, yeah, also my shop closed. And then he says, want to have a suicide pact?
He literally is like, how about I sting you and then you step on on me. And he says the words like suicide pact. This is for the kids.
And then
for
she's
the children.
like, you would just die twice and I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Because she's not allergic. But also the fact that they literally use the words suicide pact. Bitch, what is this movie?
That's what I'm saying. That would go right over a kid's head. I'd let my kids watch this.
I mean, no, yeah, for sure. Anyway, I'm still pissed off that Vanessa's literally blaming him when she literally helped him.
Yeah, like it's also your fault too, Henny.
She's such a fucking cunt. I hate her. Anyway, she leaves him up on the roof. She's like, bye. I'm going to see the final tournament of roses. They literally have all of the last flowers existing on the entire planet Earth.
Yeah, they also moved the Tournament of Roses up because they have the last remaining flowers on Earth. So
yeah, so before they all die, she's going to go watch the final Tournament of Roses.
Exactly.
But then Barry realizes, oh shit, these are the last flowers on Earth. Like we can use them to pollinate and save everyone. Wow, Barry is so fucking smart.
Yeah, so Barry chases the cab and he gets in and he's chatting with Vanessa and he's like, we just have to steal a float and bring it back to Central Park and then we can repollinate and then we'll eventually repollinate the world.
Easy peasy.
Speaking of peas, they get to the Tournament of Roses and they decide to steal the princess and the pea float.
This part is so stupid. Barry literally dresses up as a pea, goes to talk to the princess, and she's like, you're supposed to be under the mattress. And he's like, no, I'm not. So she goes to talk to somebody.
He said, I'm the star.
They just knock her out and then steal the float. They literally drive it down the street to the airport, check it like a bag, and they literally roll the float up like it's like a fucking mat.
Yeah, they just like take the flowers off and roll it up.
And then it just goes in the plane.
So the pilot comes over the plane and he's like, we're expecting a delay up in the air and it's going to be like 2 or 3 hours. And I'm like, does that happen?
Yeah, where they have to fly around because of weather.
The fuck?
Sometimes
That's
they'll
never
just-
happened to me.
Yeah, we've been really lucky. Sometimes they'll land at like another airport because they can't land where they're supposed to.
Oh my God.
Due to weather.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we've been really lucky that that's never happened to us.
So Barry goes into the cockpit and he's like, hey guys, listen, we can't have delays. It scares the shit out of the pilots and they end up knocking themselves out.
Yeah, with a inflatable like, boat.
raft, the life-saving raft.
So now there's no pilots.
So now there's no pilots. So Barry gets over the intercom of the plane and he's like, Vanessa from row whatever 24B, could you come?
it was
Could you
24B.
come to the cockpit? It's
No,
Jerry. It's Jerry. So he's like, will you come to the cockpit now?
Vanessa has to fly the plane.
Yeah, she calls control and she's like, hey, the pilots are knocked out. I'm here with Barry Benson, the bee that sued humanity.
And she's like, and I'm a fucking florist. I've never flown a plane except for that one time in Barry's dream.
Yeah.
And I died in that.
Ooh, that was whatchamacallit?
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, it sure was.
But yeah, Barry is like, we're trying to repollinate the world. So like,
you
can
all
you
don't
help
die.
us? And Control is kind of like, no, Barry, fuck you.
Barry's like, listen, I'm a bee. I'm a pro pilot. I can like help her fly the plane. And Control is like, I don't think you can, actually. I'm going to be really honest. I think that's a really terrible idea.
Yeah, so Vanessa cannot fly this plane. So all the bees are like, what do we do?
Okay, so like it's on the news that Barry is flying
Has hijacked
this
a plane.
and so it's also on the B News. They have their own, news network. So Barry makes this whole fucking speech about how bees are hardworking and they work together. And it's this whole fucking thing. And all the bees here. And they're like, oh my God, we can work together to save the whole entire planet. But we have to save this plane first. So the bees from Barry's hive all fly to the plane. The pollen jocks, apparently there's a shit ton of them, fly under the plane and literally carry it. And they fly the plane to the airport, and then the rest of the bees create a giant
Psychedelic
flower that's turning between black and yellow so that Vanessa can see where to land the plane.
Yeah.
And then they literally do this whole thing where Vanessa's like trying to land the plane, and it's like the nose of the plane is trying to land in the middle of the flower, and they keep moving it. But the pollen jocks are the ones controlling it. So it takes like,
It's like abnormal to see a plane do that.
yeah. And the flight control is like, is that plane flying like a bug? Yeah. Are you not paying attention? There's bees. What are you asking?
The bees are trying to save Earth.
So they do in fact land the plane safely on the weird psychedelic flower thing. So Barry gives a grand speech to all the bees that are there and says they have to pollinate the last flowers on Earth. And the pollen jocks give Barry a jacket and a helmet and a nectar gun.
He's official.
He is now officially a pollen jock.
The skinniest pollen jock.
The tiniest. God. So they do, in fact, collect all the nectar and the pollen from the final flowers that they collected from the Princess and the Pea float, and they spread it around New York. And because it's a movie, everything is magically back to normal.
Yeah, they did it.
Yay! And then Vanessa's flower shop becomes Vanessa and Barry's flower shop, honey, and legal advice.
Yeah. And Barry has a legal office out of the back. He's currently helping a cow sue for her rights to her milk. And I'm with Miss Cow. I'm here for Miss Cow.
Moose Blood is his other paralegal.
Yeah.
He has no credentials. He just is already a bloodsucker and now has a briefcase.
Yeah.
And that's the movie, guys.
Yeah. Sometimes Barry is also a pollen jockey.
Mm-hmm.
When the pollen jockeys feel like coming to help. They need a rush on tulips. So they're gonna go pollinate some tulips for Vanessa.
And Ken cries over the fact that Barry is now living his dream with Vanessa.
Yeah. And I think and I could be wrong, but I think maybe Vanessa and Barry are dating.
Are fucking, which is so weird.
I think they are together. I think they are.
I unfortunately think
together.
that is correct.
They never do anything like weird though, like make them like smooch or anything. So I thank you for that, Jerry Seinfeld, because that would have ruined it. I think they might be in love.
I unfortunately think you are correct.
But I'm okay with it. It's cool.
I'm not, but I don't really have a choice.
I mean, they're
here.
not doing anything weird. They're just like together.
Okay, but like when you're dating someone, you're eventually gonna do stuff.
No, they don't have to.
They're both just asexual.
They're asexual. Yeah. I love their love.
They're aromantic.
Yeah,
I love that for
sure.
them. Okay, I'm here for that. And
sometimes Barry will just
that's it.
buzz in her ear.
Okay,
That's it. He's like buzz. That's it.
Moving
That's
on.
their love.
And that's the movie. Thank you.
You like jazz?
You like jazz?
My favorite is the water bug now. He's my new favorite.
Yeah, that was pretty
I'm just
good.
a water bug. I'm not taking
any sides.
It's so good.
That is pretty funny.
Bro, this movie is iconic. I want to live in the Hive. I want my apartment to be like that colorscape. Like the gold and yellow and then
blue,
like the
light
green.
Blue. Yeah, green.
As my literal room is like green and my pillows are
Oh,
gold
it is, yeah.
and green. I like, those are my colors.
I love that for you.
I like white and black and gold and yellow and green and
But like
orange
a mustard yellow, you like.
and brown.
You like mustard yellow.
Yeah.
The goldy.
That's it. Those are the only colors I like.
Yeah.
Period.
Thanks, Derek.
Thanks, Derek.
Bestie, for
I
picking
know
this
Derek
movie.
likes jazz.
That was a really good one. I just love Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, I just
He's
love
so
his
funny.
voice.
Yeah.
He's so great.
We grew up watching Seinfeld, so we've seen every episode more times than I could
million
ever count.
times. So good.
It is really good.
I love.
Maybe that's why we are
Elaine
the way we are.
so much.
That show.
I wanted to be Elaine like very badly as a child, and Bridget Jones.
That checks out. That explains a lot about you, to be honest.
I love them. Iconic women of my childhood.
That is checking out.
Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. You're the best.
We love you guys.
That's the up. Okay, bye.
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 Oh my god.
That's so funny.
That was so funny. Remember when it took us 48 years to figure out that Barry was Jerry
with a B.
with a B, and then
it's a B.
and then I couldn't tell you because I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, that was really good.
That took our whole brain cell to figure that out.
Hey, I have a question for you.
What?
You like jazz?
You like jazz? Oh my god, me at the bar with every guy. You like jazz? I actually do like jazz, which is kind of the ironic
Oh
thing.
my god, no, actually really funny. Yesterday, we were playing video games, right? Okay, we're on a Lego Fortnite kick right now. We were playing Lego Fortnite. I'm in my room listening to freaking like Nicki Minaj's new album on full blast. And I'm over here rapping it. And Melissa goes, "You're listening to Nicki Minaj and I'm listening to jazz music."
I was listening to like some nice, calming, relaxing jazz.
I was calm and relaxed.
Cat's like popping her pussy in her computer chair. But anyway, that's why this works.
Yeah. And that's exactly why this works.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
2024 is going to be the year. I just have a feeling.
I'm not saying it anymore. Because it never works. I'm not gonna I don't have any goals. Because then because if I start on the floor, then I can't go lower.
Bro, it
can't be worse.
I read my goals to Kat today from 2023. I accomplished quite literally none of them.
One you kind of did.
Okay, my goals for 2023 were to have $6,000 in savings. That is quite literally the funniest shit I've ever written down. I have $0 in savings and I'm like 48 grand in debt. So that was really cute that I thought I could do that. I also never looked back at my goals. I wrote them down at the beginning of the year and then never looked at them.
They're in the void.
So that is probably why. And this year I'm going to be better. And then one of my goals was to go on a cruise. But that didn't happen mostly because of the money thing.
Yeah.
You know, being really poor. My other goal was to finish my arm sleeves.
You got pretty close.
I guess they're not really sleeves, just tattoos on my arms. But honestly, I'm running out of real estate. I need like 3 more tattoos and then I'm done. So I feel like that one's like half a check. And then I don't remember what the other one was.
I think that was the only 3 you read me.
No, I feel like there was another one. Oh, listen to 12 audiobooks. I listened to 2. So I think that one also deserves a half a check.
Did you listen to like 2 full ones or you're on your second one?
I've listened to like... Okay, so I started a couple books, but I didn't finish them. That's the other thing is like I'll be in a mood, so I'll switch the book I'm listening to, and then I never go back to the other book.
I guess I did have one goal that I did
have a goal and you did complete it, so I don't even want to hear it.
My only goal that I made this year. Okay, so it was accidental too because I realized at the beginning of last year that I read just over 100 books last year. So then I was like, well, fuck it. I can double that.
Period.
And then I did. I'm on my 210th book right now.
Look at you.
No, 211th.
That's a mean ass goal that you completed.
And I only did not finish 5 of them. So technically I've read 206 books this year.
Yeah. Look at you. You completed your goals. I'm going to make Kat write goals down, guys. Don't worry. It's going to happen.
It's going to be read X amount of books.
300 books. You could probably do it.
I don't think I could read 300.
Yeah.
I was nervous I wasn't going to make it to 200.
That's honestly crazy.
It is crazy.
I actually just, that's a weird goal. I don't even know why I made that a goal for myself. I don't care about book reading at all. I think I was in a weird headspace the beginning of last year because I was in a cult. So
yeah, that's true.
I was in a weird headspace. But now I feel like, I don't know. I feel like this year is going to be better.
You know what my goal is?
Eat, pray, love.
No, like for real.
Minus the pray. Honestly, I'm into that.
Eat and love. I love that. I want to get like, I've already like kind of started on it.
Worship Satan. Love.
Hell yeah, brother. I've already like kind of like thought it out, but I want to set up like a schedule for my streaming and like stick to it and like
period.
Because like I was planning on doing it in December, which I don't know why I thought December was a good month for that because like I was gone for like a week for my birthday. Then we were in Orlando for your birthday. Then there's Christmas and then we got sick. So it just like didn't happen.
Then we passed away.
So like starting in January, like I already have like an idea of like the days and the hours that I want to do, but like I want to
like make a calendar.
Yes, like set times and days that I'm streaming. And then also like save up and get like an actual setup instead of
I'm going to hold you accountable.
Being on my sad laptop that sounds like it's taking off to space.
Anyway, our Patreon, if you want to hear more episodes like this and help Kat get a better computer.
Yeah, man. Yeah, help Melissa get that $6,000 in her savings account.
That is honestly so funny. That is like that is an on crack cocaine goal. Like, what was I thinking? That's hilarious.
Well,
I'm
we both had
more debt this year.
I was going to say we had decent paying jobs, but it really wasn't decent paying. It was like barely decent
paying.
I
make less money now, but honestly, I'm way happier. I'm so much happier. Yeah. So I actually like love my job too. So I may be poor, but I'm rich with delight.
Yeah, I don't feel like jumping out of my bedroom window every 4 seconds.
Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Our 100th episode is coming. It's going to be iconic.
It is.
when we are mentally able to do it. It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you liked B Movie. I know you miss our faces if you watch on the tube.
We'll be back. Don't worry.
We'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
My B name is Belissa, like the chick from Hocus Pocus. Her name was Belissa, bro.
Mine's not fun. Bat
is honestly sick as hell. Anyways, in the comments, put your B name.
please. Oh my God, please. I'm so free. I want to know it.
Kat's is Bat. You just have to add a B to the beginning of your
That's
name.
it. That's all you gotta
That's all
do.
you have to do. Love you guys so much.
We love you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Write your goals down.
Tell us your goals. I want to know everybody's goals.
Actually fucking look at them throughout the year so you can stay on track.
Mm-hmm.
Also make realistic goals. Like if you put $6,000 in savings,
make sure that's attainable.
Make sure that's actually possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, love you.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
These opinions are our own and are no way associated with the film or the film's production company.
The Tragical Podcast cover art is created by Johnny the Alchemist.
The Tragical intro was produced by Ja Reezy.
Links to our social media and Patreon can be found on our website, located in the show notes.
Thanks for listening
to Tragical.
Tragical.